Falcon fans, Falcon Nation, what's going on? We are live on Facebook, TikTok, YouTube. Falcon fans, hit that like button, leave a comment, subscribe if you haven't already. And if you're viewing on TikTok, head over to YouTube and subscribe for the first time over on YouTube. Falcon fans, hit that like button, leave a comment. We are bringing you your Atlanta Falcon content as always. I am your host, C Money, followed by my co-host, Cody Keeler, and that man, a.k.a. Mr. Avitz, Philip Sapp, is here in the chat to talk Falcon football. Falcon fans, hit that like button. Let's get it started. Cody, what's going on, man? Glad to have you here tonight to talk Falcon football. Episode 131 is live now in your hands. Cody, what's going on?
Yes, sir. I say, man, it's always good to get on here, talk Falcon football, get away from work and get away from all the regular stuff. So definitely excited to be here, ready to talk Falcon football. And man, football can't get back soon enough. I know we got the Super Bowl to go, but I'm ready for Dirty Bird football.
Cody, glad to have you for sure in the football conversation, because when it comes to the Dirty Birds, nobody talks Falcon football as well as my guy, Cody Keeler, always bringing topics in the group chat, wanting to go live every day. Cody Keeler, ready to talk Falcon football. Yeah. Philip, what's going on, man? We are over here conversating with the TikTok and the YouTube, so it's a multi thing for me here right now. So Falcon fans, bear with me today, and we are trying something new out on the stream. Philip, what's going on, man? Glad to have you here tonight to talk Falcon football. Obviously, we have some topics tonight that I find pretty interesting, and I think the fans will as well. Falcon fans, if you're watching, man, share the podcast. We have right now 6 live viewers on YouTube. So if you have a YouTube buddy, get them on YouTube, man, and get them over to Dirty Fanatics United. Philip, what's going on, man? When you get done with that, Philip, also, could you head over to the Facebook groups and get our podcast shared out to that, please?
Gotcha.
Philip, what's going on, man? Glad to have you tonight. What's popping, brother?
Well, it's been a long week of working, but we just hyped to see what's going on. With this week, I'm not too hyped about the Super Bowl or anything like that. I'm not looking forward to that. Probably, I'm not too caring too much about that. I'm just ready for the offseason more than anything. I wish this game could just hurry up and get over with. I don't care about a team three-peating, and I don't care for a team's fans and all this other crap that they like to boast about. So it's two teams that it just feels like, it's a lose-lose situation for us anyway. Or for me anyway. I don't care about neither one of these teams. I'm just ready for it to be over with so we can head into the offseason and talk about what we got going on here in Atlanta.
Absolutely. Philip, speaking on the Super Bowl, we'll open the podcast up with that. Cody, Philip, who do you have for the Super Bowl? I know neither one of us care about who wins this game because the Dirty Birds obviously aren't in the Super Bowl, but if you had to pick a team, who do you see wins out of the Super Bowl here? Eagles versus Kansas City Chiefs next Sunday. Who do you got? Well, TikTok, tap the screen, man. Let me know in the chat who you have for Super Bowl Sunday, next Sunday. Eagles or Chiefs? Let me know in the comment section. Go ahead, Cody.
Yeah, no. Well, the thing that's so frustrating about this Super Bowl is these two teams, the Falcons should have beat Kansas City off a blown, no call in the end zone. And we did beat Philadelphia. So, for me, it's kind of one of those things is like, I hate Philadelphia Eagle fans just because they're trash, but I really hate that the Kansas City Chiefs the Chiefs are, so favored because, the obviously the officiating and stuff like that. Honestly, I think it's probably Kansas City's game. I know Saquon Barkley is supposed to be, pretty well used in this game to, hopefully, hold the Chiefs at bay. But man, I see it coming down to the same thing that kind of came down to our game against Kansas City. There's going to be some no call, some Phantom call, and it's just going to go the Chiefs' way like it has all year again. So I imagine it'll be pretty high scoring, 28-35, 28-31, something like that. But I have a feeling Kansas City Chiefs three-peat.
Kansas City Chiefs with the three-peat for my guy, Cody. Chat, let me know who you got over on TikTok. Super Bowl winner, who do you have? The Kansas City Chiefs or the Philadelphia Eagles? Let me know in the chat who you got. If you're watching the live on TikTok, tap the screen, man. Let's get some likes flowing here on the very first live on TikTok. Philip, Super Bowl Sunday, who you got? Chiefs versus the Eagles next Sunday. Who do you have as your winner?
I don't know, man. I'm not a really big fan of this Super Bowl at all. I mean, it's something that I seen 2 years ago and didn't care about it then. So, I mean, but I'm tired of hearing about the almighty Patrick Mahomes. So I'm tired of hearing about a three-peat now. It just makes it look so obvious. I want Philadelphia to win, but realistically, we probably know what's going to happen.
Stormy on TikTok says neither. LOL. I'm with Mama in the chat. I'd rather neither team win. I would rather both teams go in and take a L, but I see the Chiefs three-peating. That's just what I see. Saquon Barkley is going to be your MVP of the league, and that we know the MVP curse, Falcon fans. We know what happens when you win MVP and you head into the Super Bowl. So, yeah, I got the Chiefs on for that one. But let's get to some Falcon football, man. We got some topics here tonight.
You know what? Before we, go ahead.
I don't think we're live on Facebook, by the way.
Yeah, we are live. It's just in private right now. It's because I'm on TikTok and I haven't changed that. Let's do that, man. TikTok, we heading out, man. I appreciate y'all tuning in for me tonight. We'll do live some other time here on TikTok. Appreciate y'all. Let me head over to Facebook. Before we do that, Cody, while I do this, we had a topic in the group chat and we talked about what would be a crazy, not a crazy hot take scenario, but what would be a scenario that the Atlanta Falcons could possibly pull for draft night, free agency, offseason, whatever it may be. Cody, give me your hot take of what could happen here for an Atlanta Falcon trade rumor.
So I've got two. I've got one that's real hot takey and probably not going to happen, and I've got one that's probably pretty realistic that may or may not work out. I've seen a lot of talks trading Kyle Pitts over to Dallas and moving up in the draft to where you can get a Walker or the guy out of Marshall, Green. So,
by the way, it's lighting it up.
Yeah, yes, he's absolutely. I've seen his stack draft, or his draft stock is rising pretty high. But so I mean that's pretty boring, So in the group chat we were kind of talking about it. Now this would be a dream scenario for me, and I've got one of two things. I think what would be really good for the Falcons because it fixes some issues. It gets rid of somebody that's kind of quit on us, and it kind of it helps us out in the long run. My first dream scenario is you trade Kirk Cousins, Kyle Pitts, and as much as it hurts, maybe even a Tyler Algier to the Oakland Raiders. You get a Crosby, and you get Brock Bowers, or or some, if the Raiders aren't willing to go with that because, Kirk's busted up, Bowers is a better attitude than Pitts. Maybe what you do then is you package those three guys, Kirk, Tyler, Kyle Pitts, and your 15th. And then you can go ahead and get, because let's be honest, boys. I was going to say, as much as I would hate to see Tyler Algier go, Zach Robinson does not use him when he should. I don't want Tyler to go. And I'm gonna put that out there right now. I do not want Tyler Algier to go anywhere. But if you're telling me you have, let's say it's worst case scenario, you do have to give up your 15th and those three guys. You can unload Kirk's. You can unload Kirk's contract. You get Tyler Algier the ability to go play and be a superstar like he deserves to be. You unload Kyle Pitts, which gets that negative crap out of your locker room. And, you give up your 15th, but in that 15th spot, you get a proven defensive pass rusher in Max Crosby, which I am more for proven NFL talent over draft picks. Mm-hmm. And then if you can get Brock Bowers in that trade as well, that fixes your tight end problem. You get a young superstar from Georgia, comes back home. And so it fixes a lot of things for a lot of people. The Raiders need a quarterback,
Max Crosby is an absolutely beast. We all know this. That would be a crazy trade. That would be, and that's a hot take that we could see possibly happen. Michael Klug in the chat would have said, "What up, dudes?" Michael, glad to have you here in the chat, brother. Head over to YouTube at Dirty Fanatics United and subscribe for the chance to win a pair of Apple AirPod Pros here on the channel. Must be subscribed to be entered for that raffle. So, Michael, man, glad to have you here on Facebook. But if you don't mind, and if you want to be entered, it's up to you. If you want to be entered, man, head over to YouTube and type in Dirty Fanatics United, or you can type in DFU_ATL. It'll pull us right up. Be sure to subscribe and let me know here in the comment section that you did so, and we'll put you on the list for subscriptions. Cody, Max Crosby, man, what a beast to have that on your team. The only thing I don't like is the Tyler Algier.
Yeah.
And of course, that's because we all here on the channel support Tyler. So,
right.
We all are so supportive over Tyler Algier. We had his uncle on the podcast, for God's sakes. I mean, we brought his family member here to talk Falcon football.
Yeah.
So, it's tough to see Algier go, but in a situation where, like you said, Zach Robinson doesn't use Algier like he should. But then you see at the end of the year, the last game where you actually start seeing snaps of guys on the field together, Bijan, Tyler Algier. So it's to the point to me to where it's like this. Does Zach Robinson now have a playbook for this offense? Does Zach Robinson now figure it out for this Algier and Bijan backfield? Cody, that is a very good hot take. I mean, it's something that you've just got the best pass rusher possibly in the NFL right now.
Yeah, and like I say, I don't want Tyler to get anywhere. I'm telling you right now, I do not want Tyler. By no means am I advocating getting rid of Tyler Algier.
Right.
If Zach Robinson can prove to us that he can use him with the package with Bijan on the field as well and continue to show what he showed, at the end there, when we got Penix in and all that stuff, great. I wouldn't take Max Crosby over Tyler Algier unless it was an absolute, I wouldn't package him if I didn't have to. But like I say, I don't think you're getting somebody like Max Crosby if you don't package that deal with somebody like a Tyler Algier. Again, this is total just hypothetical scenario. I don't think it's going to happen. I don't,
right. It's a hot take.
Yeah, definitely a hot take. But I would, like I say, and the good news is too, it helps out Tyler because Tyler, he's kind of being Michael Turner to LaDainian Tomlinson here in Atlanta, and the kid deserves to shine, and he's a superstar. He would start for all 31 other teams without a doubt. He would be the featured back in any offense for the NFL right now, maybe except for Derrick Henry
and Saquon, but other than that,
Saquon, but other than that, it's just interesting to think about because. Could you imagine a Max Crosby, Grady?
Well, Cody, if you remember when the season was coming to a close, I talked about the Algier trade, about how it was possible that maybe you did see Algier be traded for draft capital or for maybe even players. But I think it's something you have to look at. It's definitely something you have to look at. For sure.
Yeah, well, absolutely. It cap space. And the other thing is, too, he's a running back, and we all know how fast value in running backs deteriorates in the NFL. I don't think Tyler will be hurt, or anything like that. But, sometimes you have to strike when the iron's hottest. And, like I say, I don't want him to go anywhere. But if you're telling me, packaging him, Pitts, and Kirk in a 15 gets me Crosby and Bowers, I'm pulling that trigger. Yeah. I'm absolutely pulling that trigger.
Atlanta Falcons fan Dybbuk in the chat says, fellas, DFU, what's happening? Keep Algier. There are so many edge rushers that are free agents next season. Also coming out of the draft. Don't trade your future success. Atlanta Falcons fan Dybbuk, we are right there with you on that, brother. We ride with you 100% on that. All three of us here on this platform because we know what Algier can do. We've seen it from his rookie season to now to this season, even the limited snaps that he was allowed this year. Algier still made it count when it was his time to step out on the field and run the ball. Algier made dominant plays and dominant times that mattered. I mean, there was games where you needed Algier to pick up a first down, and he did so. So he's definitely a major back in the NFL, like Cody said, that could probably start on any other 30 team in the NFL other than probably Barkley and Derrick Henry. So absolutely, Atlanta Falcon pandemic. Algier is a key piece of this offense, and I think hopefully Zach Robinson can figure it out and get these two in the backfield, or at least rotate them back and forth. Philip, I got a hot take trade rumor, or that we could possibly start here on the channel, unless you want to give yours first.
I don't really have a hot take, to be honest.
No trade.
I think.
No.
I just think I'm not really have one at the moment. Later we go. I might have one. At the moment, I just keep it.
Your Atlanta Falcons draft night. Hot take trade rumor. Your Atlanta Falcons trade Kyle Pitts draft night to the Dallas Cowboys to move up in picks and get the edge rusher, the defensive tackle, whatever it may be, the linebacker, whatever it is that they have on their board. BPA, Falcons. Remember, we go BPA. BPA.
Man, they can't do that again this year. They cannot afford to do that again this year. You just have too many weak spots in this defense.
Listen to me right here. Listen to me right here. If there's any possibility, and this is a straight fact, if there's any possibility that this cat or this cat is sitting
right there is bad.
at the Cowboys position, and you know the team behind them needs a pass rusher, but it's limited down to this guy and this guy. Guess what? I'm trading Kyle Pitts to the Cowboys, and I'm going to get my guy. That's my trade.
What spot does Dallas pick at?
I do not really know what spot they pick at. Let me look. Hey, Siri. Draft order for Cowboys.
The 2025 NFL Draft.
First round, 12th pick.
Ooh. Well, yeah, that's kind of where they're projected to be at. There's to stay at
What pick?
12.
12th. So you're at 15.
Let's see. So that's 3 spots for Kyle Pitts. I'd take that.
3 spots for Kyle Pitt in the first round.
Let's see here. NFL draft order. Let's see.
And just say you swap picks. So the Cowboys really aren't losing out on much. They get a tight end, a first round worthy tight end, supposedly. So, yeah.
Well, and look at this. This is the top 10. So we'd fall. They're 12. So there's 2 other picks that it's not showing me. So you've got Tennessee, who desperately needs a quarterback. You've got Cleveland, who desperately needs everything.
Mm-hmm.
You got the Giants, who desperately need a quarterback. The Patriots, I'm not sure what their biggest need is. Jacksonville, the Raiders, the Jets.
I think the Cleveland Browns do the Cleveland thing and draft the quarterback.
I could see it. I would say
it's a shit show with Deshaun Watson in Cleveland. It has been since they signed him.
He hurt himself again?
Yes, and then he got caught dancing on TikTok with his girlfriend without his cast on or his boot or whatever. And now they're saying he may not even get his contract that he was guaranteed because he didn't follow medical protocol.
Right. Well, did you see the Browns are trading 3 first-round picks in the future for Justin Tucker?
Got him.
Man, what is it with these dudes and fucking massage therapists?
Parlors.
Man,
Late topic for tonight's show: massage parlors. Justin Tucker, what are you doing, dude?
I looked into this too. The 3 or 4 people, the women that have accused him of this, is similar things, and they have never met each other at all.
Somebody on Twitter pulled up a tweet back in 2022
where he was banned
or 2020
several.
Where they came out and said Justin Tucker is going to be banned from every massage parlor in the near future.
Because he's already been banned from like several at that point.
He'd been 3 or 4, yeah.
Chat, let me know in the comment section. It's not Falcon related, but let me know in the comment section your thoughts on the allegations for Justin Tucker and these massage parlors. Cody says that they're trading 3 first-round picks. The Cleveland Browns are for Justin Tucker because he is a massage therapist specialist.
And Deshaun hang out, dude.
Guys, what do you think about this, chat? What do you think about this? There's a rumor we're going after Chase Young. I hope it's true. What do we think about this?
It was on the Saints. Fuck him.
Shit. Well, so was Terry. So was Anamato.
Well, so was Caden Ellis.
Don't sit here. And
so was Caden Ellis.
Don't talk shit to our fans and then act like we want to welcome you. Fuck you. Fuck you. That's the only answer.
That's how you feel?
That's how I feel. I don't care. I mean, to be honest, you got bodied by damn Jake Matthews anyway. So, I mean, or if you switch sides, you got bodied by Caleb McGarry, the one that everybody hates on in Atlanta. So I mean,
Jeez.
No, don't talk shit to us when you can't even do your job and then act like you did something big. Listen, I'm just being honest.
The spotlight is on you. Tell them how you really feel.
I did, 100%. I will tell it to his face, dude.
Falcon fans, the hate is real for New Orleans. You can't tell here on the podcast. Cody, your thoughts on Chase Young?
Yeah, I was say I'm never a fan of former Saint players, but I mean, if he's going to go out and get 5, 6, 7 sacks, and then talk shit about New Orleans after but so
That's
here's
the
my
only
deal.
way you can make it up is you talk shit about New Orleans.
Exactly.
That makes it up 100%. Other than that, fuck you, bro.
I think that should, if he does come to Atlanta, that should be his contract. The only way that he gets paid, decently, you have 7 to 10 sacks, and you talk a whole lot of shit to New Orleans Saint fans.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, on your Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, post game, pre game. I mean, you have to go after him.
Bro, this is what I'm saying, bro. Off topic, but I'm not tripping on massages or their addiction to them.
Right,
but why
right,
go
right,
to a massage parlor when your money bring the parlor to you? That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, what are you doing?
Makes sense.
With all the attention we're giving and saying ATL needs to seek an edge rusher, what is this saying about Braylon Trice? Have we lost confidence? This is my saying on Braylon Trice.
This is why I think we're going.
It's a big question mark in Braylon Trice because he's coming back from a major injury. That's why I say you still go edge.
I mean, but think about it.
Listen to me. Though. At the worst position,
Michael Penix has done the same thing. Look what he's done, bro.
At the worst position on your team, you can never have too many players in rotation. You can never have too many, and they're young players. They're not old vets. They're young studs.
Well,
personally, I think we keep Braylon Trice.
You're definitely keeping Braylon Trice.
I think we go corner here. I don't think we go edge, even though
corner's a need
Buddy
too.
From Marshall was fucking a beast.
Corner was on our billboard. We talked about corners,
but corners who I think we go. Now, I'm telling you, dog.
But the other problem is too, though, that you got to look. As far as our defensive line, I mean, well, if you got that list, like 3 or 4 guys are on our defensive line. What Amiyamata, I think, is a free agent. Street's a free agent. Not Dwight Freeney. Eddie Goldman. Who else is on there? That was Eddie Goldman was on there. Man, I was gonna say there's just
Contavious Street's on there. Let's see.
I could have swore that Amiyamata, this was a free agency year for Amiyamata,
Eddie Goldman.
but maybe not.
No,
but you're gonna lose. But listen, you're gonna probably lose rotation pieces. Eddie Goldman played snap for us last year. Eddie Goldman's gone.
Meaningful
and
too. Eddie Goldman.
Contavious Street is probably gone.
Eddie Goldman, I will say, had some big moments when it comes to rush. When it was the rushing game, he would close up holes, even though sometimes the linebackers or as in Troy or Nate just didn't make the tackles.
But you didn't hire this guy.
Yeah,
I'm just saying. That's all I wanted to say. And I'm off that topic. You didn't hire the guy I wanted. Fuck it. Jeff Oberts, though, the DC.
Hey, but I will admit, Jeff has made some good points, and
Philip, I'm kind of like it. And this may not be a popular pick, but if I'm at 15 and this cat's here, I'm comfortable with this pick. Jack Sawyer.
Hey, I told you I was bringing heat with that, bro.
Jack Sawyer out of Ohio State is not a bad pick. And you can't go wrong with either one of these guys.
No.
Either one of these guys, if they're at 15 or
I don't think
12.
you go wrong. Don't get me wrong. I don't think you go wrong with anybody here at defense that you need at the position at edge, corner, linebacker. I don't think you go wrong with any of them. But if the top
this is the one you want.
If the top guys are there,
this is the one you sell the team for.
I don't know about selling the team, but I don't want to take. I don't want to take another Julio gamble.
Man, listen, y'all conversate about players in this draft, and let me pull up some tape on Mike Green at this combine. Let's see. Who was it? It was one he bull rushed, and this was at least a 300-pound offensive lineman. He just bull rushed like he was big boy,
freaking like Brock Lesnar in a wrestling ring. He's basically it's equivalent to a damn suplex. He took his ass to Suplex City.
Yeah, I would say he's been something else. I would say they're talking about him a lot on the radio. It was
kind of honest with you. It's probably going to be hard. He's probably going to go a top 5.
That's what I'm saying. If he's at 10, you got to start calling about trading if you want him.
Yeah, absolutely. I would say
that is a really hot take right there, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm telling you, though, everything that I keep reading is, he's got the motor, he's got the feet, he doesn't get knocked down. He's just an animal. He's got the length, he's got the stretch. So it's just like
this Atlanta Falcons pandemic That's a hot take.
No.
Read it
Says,
out.
I hate
Phillip.
to say it. I'm not sold on Georges Walker. Call me the bad guy.
There's a lot of people that's like that, and
I'm iffy about him, but
Yes.
I still think he's a dog. But it's some things I feel like he could be a little bit.
Well, even if he's iffy though, I mean, he brings something to.
He does bring power.
He brings day one starting ability and ability to affect the quarterback. You know, I mean,
I gotta
I
find
agree.
more. I'm gonna find more tape on this guy, but for now, I have 2 highlights to show you. This is one from the combine. What is it called? The Reese Bowl combine? Or
Yeah, the
Senior-
Reese Bowl, Senior Bowl.
yeah, the Senior Bowl.
He's got nice handwork. He's got the speed, the length. Look how long he is. I mean, he's tall.
If you can find the one where he just bull rushes the dude,
I'll find him. This is some college tape right here. Let's look at this college tape.
10 seconds.
This is him over here on the edge.
Oh, he's got that nasty spin move.
That's what Beasley had, bro, in that 2016 year.
Yes, sir.
From Dwight
Yep.
Freeney. But this
Yep.
guy right here is learning that in college is the crazy thing. He's already got
See,
it
that was the
down.
whole ordeal of Vic Beasley. He didn't have that before college.
What makes, I think his name is what, Mike Green? Is that his name?
Yeah.
What makes him explosive is his first 2 steps.
those
That
steps,
first
yep.
step is freaking, that is important. And he's
Well-
getting off the ball. Boom. It's like he's timing every snap perfect.
Well, if you look at the one where he bull rushes, the one that you just showed, you know, during the game, like by the time he takes that second step, he's already halfway in the backfield. You know,
Yes.
he's already behind the line of scrimmage, and
I'm
man,
trying.
that's
to
how you get the
find
quarterback on the ground.
the bull rush, man. And I'm not logged in on my Twitter on my laptop, so I don't really know my password and stuff right now. So I'm scrolling through Google looking for these. But yeah, man, I would say easily Mike Green's probably one of my favorite candidates right now for the Atlanta Falcons. Draft stock steady trending upwards, and that's what you love to hear when it comes to these scouts that are out there on the field looking at these guys, because Mike Green's definitely getting the attention of everybody. If I must say, Mike Green has probably got everybody's attention.
See, it's
these
so
past few
hard.
days.
Hold on, I'm gonna try to send it. Oh well, you're on your laptop, ain't you?
What you sending it through?
I just looked up on Twitter Mike Green Bull Rush, and it popped up the video I'm talking about. He bodied a dude from Oregon, bro.
Send
It's
it to me
crazy.
on Facebook Messenger. I make him pull it up. Yeah, if I was logged into my Twitter, I could find it real easy, but I'm not logged into my Twitter. Let's head over to the chat real quick. That was what Phillip was talking about with the Walker. Walker is a great athletic individual, but I look for guys who's doing NFL type stuff at the college level, much like how Brock Bowers and Daniel Daniels stood out. Cody, your thoughts?
Yeah, no, I definitely understand where where they're coming from about it. But man, I don't think if all the guys that we've kind of talked about are gone and Walker's there's no reason that you don't take him. I was
Yeah,
say,
for sure,
I mean,
for sure. If Mike Green's gone, if Buddy from Tennessee's off the board, if all these guys are gone, for sure, yeah, you're definitely taking that guy if he's on the board. But when it comes to their philosophy, it's a big question mark because the Falcons seem to always go past those type of guys. They don't never go with a Georgia guy. So who knows? Let's see. I got this bull rush Phillip was talking about. Let's see if I can pull it up. Bear with me, people. Bear with me. We are bringing it up right now. Give me a second. We got You Can't See Me, John Cena.
What the heck is that?
I don't know why it's on that. I don't know what that is.
Whoa!
Whoa, did you see that?
Yeah,
That's
what was
crazy, bro. Let's back. Phillip's sabotaging the podcast. We're going to back
that
off
is
of that
not-
for now. Josh Gilman in the chat says, we have to take advantage of Penix and his rookie deal. What
That is
happened with
not what I
Kyle
sent
Pitts?
you.
If we trade him, who do you guys like to replace him? Cody, this comment here, what do you think?
who do we replace Kyle Pitts with? Obviously, if you're not making if you can't get the Brock Bowers thing done, like I suggested in my hot take, honestly, I think you've already got Kyle Pitts' replacement in Charlie Warner, man. I was impressed with the very few times that he was on. He made some clutch catches. Super aggressive, tall, big, lean, can block too. So I mean, honestly, if you don't go and sign as a matter of fact, I think didn't we just sign another tight end?
Let me see.
Yeah,
we signed one off of a what's the other league? AFL league, XFL league. Yeah, he's signed to the practice squad. I got a guy for you, Cody.
Let's see.
I got a guy for you. Wait just 1 second. This cat here from Penn State, Tyler Warren, NFL draft prospect. Falcon fans may be irate if you go another tight end in the first round, but you got a guy that's 6'6", 260 pounds, positives, equipped with NFL height and weight to pass most teams' physical threshold, possesses a strong burst, big catch radius, ball tracking to effectively high point passes, an offensive weapon with outstanding alignment versatility. Negatives, run blocking techniques needs refining. That was Kyle Pitts' problem. Improved functional strength will help his transition to playing line tight end in the NFL. That was Kyle Pitts' problem. Lacks route running, nuance and detail, has played full-time tight end for 4 years. That really wasn't Kyle Pitts' problem, but his route running wasn't the great. Tall and leggy mover creates some transitional delays as a route runner. That was Kyle Pitts' problem. So this is Kyle Pitts 2.0. I'm just letting you guys know right now. Tyler Warren from Penn State, I'm not too high on him, man. I think he will be another Kyle Pitts unless he fits in the right scheme. Atlanta Falcons Pandemic agrees, says Cody, Charlie is our guy. He can definitely get the catches too. No. Absolutely. He's definitely a good run blocker as well. Well, Cody, your thoughts on Charlie Warner? Charlie Warner this season. Your thoughts on that cat?
Man, I was going to say, I would have liked to have seen him more involved, but man, he was so good at pass and run blocking. You almost, you got your money's worth out of him just in, the blocking game alone. But I mean, really, if you think about it, he's a lot like Jacob Tammy was when Matt had Jacob Tammy, just a big, reliable, good blocking, good pass catching tight end. I think that's something that Michael Penix could use is in Charlie Warner. Why not give him a shot? If you trade Kyle Pitts, instead of going and getting another tight end in the first round, midway through the first round, pick your defense there and give the guy and let Charlie Warner cook, because he made some key first downs in some important games. He was super physical. He was super, he's tall too. He got a great jump point. So I just think if you got him more involved, I think he would have been a more dynamic player than what he was for us this year. Like I say, very limited role, but man, when they counted on him, he was there. I don't recall him dropping a pass. I don't recall him, screwing anything up, but he was a guy. He was a guy that I'd like to see. If Kyle is gone this year, I'd like to see more of.
Cody, here's the video Philip was sending us of Mike Green, bull rush here at the combine. Just listen to the reaction of the crowd. Guys, beware. This may be a little loud for those viewers watching, but just listen to the crowd reaction here. Here we go.
Is that the same one? Oh,
yeah, it is. His ass.
Yeah. I don't know what other video I sent you. That was not the same one, but I don't.
My goodness.
Mike Green, Marshall, come to Atlanta, please. Good God, come to Atlanta. What a stud. And you know who else is a local from Atlanta, guys? This is why I think this could be a dominant pick for the Falcons. Native to Atlanta right here. Georgia boy himself. Why not bring him home? Why not bring him to the A? Falcon fans, hit that like button. Leave a comment. Subscribe if you're watching over on YouTube. 8 live viewers, man. Get active in the chat. Who is your Super Bowl prediction? The Eagles or the Kansas City Chiefs? Let me know in the chat, Falcon fans.
And what's your favorite massage parlor to go to?
Shit. I'm kind of partial to this, but if Miami's receiver Xavier Restrepo is on the board when it comes to us, we can use him. This is where that BPA comes into play. Mm-hmm. This is where the BPA comes into play, Atlanta Falcons Pandemic, because you never know the direction Terry's going to go. And if we're being honest, the last 4 drafts, if we were going to say we knew who Terry was going to draft, would probably be a lie. So who knows if this isn't the guy draft night. So when it comes to Falcon fans predicting draft night picks, do your report on every single player because there's no telling who the Atlanta Falcons could select in the top first round.
Speaking of Miami wide receivers, isn't Tyreek Hill available?
He is. He's pretty much said he's out of Miami. Yep.
I'll say, could you imagine that coming to Atlanta?
We're going to pull up a mock draft here on the channel and see what the latest mock draft is for CBS Sports.
Yeah, be careful. The names might be something random. Hell.
Yeah, that wasn't on you, Philip. That's how Facebook does sometimes. Some of the ads.
That shit, baby. I ain't gonna lie. That shit made me quiet, bro.
I could tell it bothered you. I could tell you said that you was
because I didn't send you that. I don't know what the hell was that.
I guess I must have missed it. I just saw John Cena.
Yeah, so it was the bad. It was a bad word.
Something bad, and I caught on to it when I seen it. I don't know what it.
So
that was the name of the person on Twitter. I guess I don't know.
Yeah. So here is our updated mock draft. If I can get this to work right. I don't know why it's doing this. Bear with me. First round, you got Abdul Carter, edge from Penn State. We all know he's a dog. I mean, Tennessee gets a dog right there in the first round.
So Tennessee has the
pick
first
number
pick.
2. They have. Yeah, I'm assuming. Yeah, this is updated yesterday by CBS Sports. Tennessee gets Abdul Carter. Cleveland takes Cam Ward, the first quarterback off the board. I wouldn't be too surprised if Tennessee didn't go quarterback, just because of the quarterback play in Tennessee has been so wishy-washy. But that would be crazy for them to do that. Cam Ward, first quarterback to Cleveland. There's your quarterback pick that we just talked about, Cody.
Man.
There's your quarterback pick. Then next off the board, Shedeur Sanders to the Giants. You have right after Shedeur Sanders, Travis Hunter to the New England Patriots. Then you have Mason Graham. What does he play? Defensive line from Michigan. I don't know much about him, but he's a very high pick. I got to do some studying. So another good receiver right here, Terrachano McClellan from Arizona, a stud.
Oh, what did you say?
Tatario. I can't say his name, man. I'm bad with names. Will Campbell, offensive tackle. That's probably the best offensive tackle in the draft to the Jets. Jalen Walker. This is what I don't want to see.
Oh my God! No,
that's what I don't want to see. Let's see who we got.
No.
And then look
Poor
at this.
God.
Then look at this.
God bless both of them. Jesus Christ!
I do not like that at all.
Well, but if they go there though, and that leaves Mike Green to fall.
Mike
to
Green.
God bless
That's
him,
very,
man.
very, very true, Cody. Kevin Banks Jr., offensive tackle to the Bears. There's been rumors that the Bears are very heavy on the Falcons center in free agency this offseason, so watch that for happenings. Walter Nolan, defensive tackle, another stud out of Ole Miss. Ashton Kennedy, the running back at 12. Okay, so if they were to go running back at 12, if Dallas really went running back at 12, guess who's still on the board?
I can see that happening because they did get rid of what's his name?
Zeke.
Zeke's too fat and
Zeke. They did get rid of Zeke.
This is another guy. If he falls to 15, Malik Starks, I'm not mad if you take him.
Malachi.
See, I'm bad with names. Will Johnson, Philip, there's your cornerback off the board.
Oh, not my dog, but I need
right before us. And then we get the tight end we just spoke about.
No.
The tight end we just spoke about.
God.
Anybody with that smile?
Oh, no. That is a Falcon pick.
Oh,
I swear to God, if that's what they do.
If it's
Because Mike Green's not off
we
the
just
board.
talked about this.
If it's not Mike Green, bro, if it's not somebody within that defense,
where does Mike Green go? James Pierce Jr. goes before Mike Green. CBS, what are you smoking? Shamar Stewart, a guy that we mentioned on our board. The guy that I mentioned on the board. Shamar Stewart is off the board before Green and Sawyer. See, this is what I'm saying, man. When it comes to these drafts, Green and Sawyer are still on the board. Still on the board. Still on the board. Guys, they're still on the board. Does Mike Green really slide to the second round? Is that what they're projecting here?
No way.
Oh, my.
Wow.
Dude, Mike Green in day 2 is a steal. Terry better be picking up the phone.
Yeah, if you can get him for a second round. Nah, there's no. I
Man,
swear
Mateo
to God,
said we need a
Coach-
safety or cornerback. Well, guess what? Starks from Georgia would be a nice one. Phillip, your guy, would be a nice one. Will Johnson.
My
That
boy
would be a
Will.
stud. So since we've talked about the tight end, we did talk about the tight end, Falcon fans. I want you to know
We
this. We
talked
just
about it.
talked about it.
Mm-mm.
So why not look up some highlights on the kid? You know, if he may be the next Falcon.
The kid can ball, but God, man, it's not the fact that we're hating him. It's just the fact that you have other needs, and you're gonna
another
go for
another
that.
offensive player 4 years in a row is tough.
Like,
5
and
years
again,
in a row.
it's not his
can't
fault.
do it.
It's the fact that we have needs, and you're gonna fall for that. I just don't get it.
The only thing that I can think is that
Let me ask you this: is they've obviously traded Kyle Pitts if you draft Tyler Warren, but let me ask you this: if you draft Tyler Warren, that means you've selected somebody in free agency for pass rush, correct?
You got to, but like
at that point you have to.
But like, the question is, who?
The question is, you're going to have a lot of players hit free agency. You're going to have a guy like that played with the Chargers. What's his name? Help me out here, guys. He played with the Chargers. He called Drake London to fumble it. Fuck, his name.
He played with the Bears too.
Yeah. Fuck. He's a free agent this year. I'm forgetting his name, and it's slipping right off my tongue. Khalil Mack is a free agent this year as well. So there's vets. There's opportunities. Let's talk about this tight end, man. He came up in the mock draft. We might as well talk about it, man.
So y'all on TikTok now? Yes, we are, Mateo.
Yeah, we rocking on TikTok, Mateo. Check us out, brother. Check us out. We got 1K over there, man. We happy about that. Tight end in the nation is what they say. Best tight end in the nation in college. Here we go with some Tyler Warren highlights, just in case your Atlanta Falcons decided to select him at 15.
Yeah, I mean, already making catches better than Kyle Pitts.
He can also run the ball, guys.
A lot better than Kyle Pitts.
He's a lot more athletic looking than Kyle Pitts, that's for sure.
Well, it's hard to judge.
Oh, what a one-hand catch!
You see that? You see that video right there? 22 minutes and 16 seconds. That sounds like a really, really good video.
This one over here.
Yeah, that one looks like a really, really good. It looks really interesting.
Tyler Warren, man. Could the Atlanta Falcons really select a tight end? Why do I feel like draft night we're gonna be looking back at these highlights?
It's like I'm saying.
Why do I feel like draft night?
I'll say so. I pulled up defensive edge the top free agents in the defensive edge area. You've got Matthew Judon, Josh Sweat, Khalil Mack, Malcolm Kuntze, Hassan Reddick. If you pick up a Hassan Reddick, I'm not upset about that. You've got a Chase Young, Brian Browning, Deo Okunjahi, DeMarcus Lawrence, Azizo Jalari. If you trade for that, that's a good one. Dante Fowler.
This is who we were supposed to get from the Giants.
That was the guy.
We think we're a playoff contender. Then you get your asses beat by us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You're a playoff contender, you bastards.
Peyton Turner, I say James Smith Williams, I say Davius Street.
Well, another big question is, what do you do with Matthew Judon? Because even though Matthew didn't have the season you thought he would, he still came in Atlanta and led you in sacks.
I think you got to bring Judon back. I would say I think you do. If you're getting rid of Kyle Pitts and you're not going to draft defense right there, you got to keep Judon.
While we were talking about Judon, I'm going to look up for another mock draft other than CBS because that kind of upset me.
And the thing about Judon is too, I'm going to give him a lot of credit. Like I know a lot of people are like, well, it was kind of a bust pick a busted pickup, but I mean, how many times, were we complaining in the group chat, saying, well, how come, they're calling holding, but, just about every other play, you've got Judon, doing this shit because he's got somebody holding him,
I'm
trying
gonna
to
be
get to the
honest with
quarterback.
you. I feel like my brother could be in a full headlock and they would just be staring at him.
Right. So I think Judon gets a little bit of a bad rap as far as like his production here, especially with a lot of the holding that went on.
So we have another mock draft here by NFL Analysis, Eric Eckholms or something like that. Tennessee Titans take Odell Carter. The Cleveland Browns go with Travis Hunter. The New York Giants go Cam Ward instead of Shador Sanders. The New England Patriots go Mason Graham, the defensive tackle. Jacksonville Jaguars take the tight end Tyler Warren at number 5.
I'm gonna be honest with you. That looks more accurate. That looks really
Ashton John Tate to the Las Vegas Raiders at 6. There's that trade you was talking about, Cody. If you traded Algier to the Raiders, could you get Max Crosby? Could you get Max Crosby? The Jets get their quarterback in Shador Sanders. Let's see.
Oh, that was a good one right there
good.
by Mateo. He said, I'd bring back Judon before Simmons.
Oh, God, no. Simmons needs to go. I'm good
doubt.
with that.
Absolutely.
I agree with that.
The Carolina Panthers take Jalen Walker.
God bless your career, brother.
The Saints find their replacement and receiver at McMillan. Chicago Bears take Will Campbell, offensive lineman. San Fran takes offensive lineman. Cowboys go guard and Tyler Booker. I can see that.
Yeah, I can see that.
Kelvin Bates to the Miami Dolphins. Guys, guess who's still on the board? 14. Nick goes to South Carolina. The Falcons take Shamar Stewart, a guy that I had on my hot take board.
Hey, that's a good one there.
That's the guy that we had on our top 10 list. The guy that I said was dominant, freaking dominant run stuffer. I mean, amazing in the run stuffing game. And if you look at his tape, he's an Arnold Ebiketie when it comes to sacks. He's right there at it, but he's not finishing it. When Matthew Judon and Rizzo Carter set to hit free agency, a screaming knee becomes even more necessary in Atlanta. Stewart isn't a true edge bender, but he's a long, strong, athletically blessed pressure player to aid the front. Let's see if Green goes in the first round here on this one. Let's see. Will Johnson at 21. And fuck, my screen's doing something stupid. Let's see. Mike Green, 28 to the Detroit Lions, man. They're back in the playoffs.
Says who?
With Mike Green?
Okay. Well, what about that offense? Buddy, nice
James Pierce Jr. See, this is where I'm confused at how this player here and this player here comes after Shamar Stewart. I don't understand that. Shamar Stewart's a great player, but I don't see him before Mike Green.
I'm telling you, it's because it's a Falcon thing. They already see it before we do it.
So let's see if we can't find one more mock draft and be satisfied before we get ready to close this thing out. Cody, start off the conversation here about our guy, Drew Dolman. Rumor has it that Drew Dolman is expected to possibly up the price this offseason with multiple teams suspected to reach out and contact about Drew Dolman. Do the Atlanta Falcons, do they just not care about what that price ends up being? Do they make sure they sign Dolman no matter what? Or do they say at some point your price is too high, we're going with a different center? Cody, your thoughts?
Well, the unfortunate fact is we're not going to have a whole lot of money if we don't do something with the Kirk Cousins deal. So you kind of hope that the kid, has enjoyed his time here in Atlanta and has, wants to be here. But I mean, to me that is one of, if not one of the most important spots. I understand that. I don't want to hear the blindside bullshit about your left tackle. Yes, that's important, but your place start with your center. That to me is one of the hardest jobs in football to do. And I'm biased because that was what I played. But that's that's where your offense starts, is with your center and your quarterback connection. And if you don't, we've seen what it looks like when you have a bad center here in Atlanta. Before Drew Dahlman really got in that role and really started to click and mesh and do all those, all the great things with our offensive line, we had issues. We had some serious issues with especially like the low snaps. Who were we running out there before Drew Dahlman? God, what was his name?
Oh, dude, I can't think of it.
I can't think of New Zealand. That's right. I would say, you have to keep your offensive line intact. I know, it's just important, man. I would say that's the guy that's protecting your future. In Michael Penix, that's your guys that are.
And Penix has kind of started a chemistry with Drew Dahlman.
Right. Well, and then you got to think too, like those are you keep that line together. Like the success that Bijan and Tyler have, it starts up front. It absolutely starts up front with Drew Dahlman and those guys, and you have to keep that unit together. You just do. So I mean, if Chicago's going to drive it up,
we have another mock draft.
Let's say, what do we got on that one?
And this one looks a little better. Definitely an edge rusher that we talked about. At 15, you take Jalen Walker from Georgia, 6'2", 245 pounds. Mike Green, this one looks better. Mike Green at 17. That makes more sense to me.
But do you take Walker over Green right now? Because I don't know that I do. That's taking my Bulldogs glasses off, because as much as I'd love to see a dominant defensive Georgia player,
there was times this year. Yeah, there was times this year that Walker didn't look too great. There was times that you thought maybe Walker should have had a better stat line in sacks, but he didn't.
Well, but then again, it comes down to, well, does Green? I mean, yes, Green is looking good at Senior Bowl, and that's all well and good, and he looked good at Marshall, but Marshall's not playing the Alabamas and the Auburns and the Tennessees and the Floridas, and they're playing, Georgia Tech.
So was some of these great defensive players.
Yeah, no, absolutely, absolutely.
They wasn't playing some of these teams and.
No,
they're some of the best in the league, and we passed up on them.
Right? No, that's absolutely it. But it's one of those things.
It comes down to scouting. At the end of the day, it comes down to who's in your scouting room and how they're grading these players. How do you pick Mike Green or Jalen Walker?
Just like
how do you grade that?
It's just like T.J. Watt. We passed up on him, and he played at Wisconsin-Madison.
Yeah, let's see.
Just saying. And look how he is.
Don't say that.
Let's say. But I guess it's one of those things.
We folded on that.
I'll say, because what we went, is that where we went? Tracks McKinley, or whatever McKinley instead of
Tack McKinley.
Get to the goddamn quarterback!
I'll give Tack a little bit of credit though. If something happened to him, if something didn't ever happen to him and he steered straight, Tack was going to be a beast and stayed healthy in Atlanta. He could have been a beast.
Well, so could
he just didn't play his cards right, and then injuries killed him.
Well, you could say the same thing about Vic Beasley if he didn't want to be a fucking passer instead of a pass rusher.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's just I don't know. I don't think you could go wrong Walker Green. Walker Green in that situation, but. I don't know. I always have such a hard time. I have such a hard time picking, or really kind of being like, well, he's looking good at practice, but he did play at Marshall and he's not playing the competition that Walker. But to Philip's point, sometimes these SEC guys get in the NFL and they still look like SEC guys, and you get these guys.
I will put it this way: these SEC, these Philly Bulldogs. This is the only year they have shined out big. This is the only year. Let's see if they can continue to do that. Last year they played great, but they folded in the big moment.
See,
Shamar Stewart.
They lost to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers of all teams last year.
Well, see, and
Tampa Bay was garbage last year as well. So
I don't know much,
And I
talking
still
about.
respect them boys.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: sometimes it just goes to show anybody can fold in a certain moment.
Well, yeah, but look at what Philadelphia is doing with 4 of the best Georgia defenders to ever play at Georgia. Back-to-back national champions, and they're in the Super Bowl because of these guys. The reason that the Philadelphia Eagles aren't sitting at home is because you had Jalen Walker make that huge sack on Matthew Stafford against LA. Well, they're making their run back,
and then with
somebody that should have been here in Atlanta. And so it's just like, do you pass on Walker and hope that he doesn't turn into a Walker
I think it was Nakobe Dean.
Nakobe Dean. Mm-hmm.
I believe it was. He had the sack on Jaden Daniels against Washington.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Then which led to Saquon taking it to the damn house.
Yep.
That was crazy.
Nakobe Dean was one that
I'm reading an article here about Blogging Dirty. It talks about how the Falcons could clear up to $100 million in cap space without releasing anyone. Restructuring contracts. It says you could restructure Kirk. You could restructure Kirk, Chris, Jesse, Jake, Grady, AJ, David, Onamana, Caleb McGarry, Darnell Mooney, Caden Ellis. The Falcons can clear up to approximately $105.3 million, give themselves $97.7 million cap space. For context, that would put them at number 2 in the league behind the Raiders. It is clearly unrealistic for all these restructures to happen, but my point has been made. The Falcons can clear up more money via restructures than any team in the league, allowing them to sign any player they want. It should also be mentioned that some of these players could be outright released, namely Cousins, Jarrett, Onamata, and McGarry. Suffice to say, we can't get hooked on the raw numbers. There is plenty of cap space available to Atlanta when they need it. So there it is, guys. There it is.
Well, yeah, but let's be realistic about that.
You made a bet, and you saved a little bit more when you re-signed or extended Drake London as well.
Well, yeah, but let's be realistic about those names on the list. You're not getting rid of Grady Jarrett, but you're just not. You can't. I would say
what if?
Can't do
what
it.
if the Falcons did though?
I'm gonna be honest. I've seen rumors. I'm not gonna lie to you.
It's just an if. But what if the Falcons did do a move like that? Because they do. I will say they will save a lot of money in cap if Grady was to be released. I'm not a Grady release fan. I'm not saying that at all. But what if the Falcons did that to save money?
It can happen.
Well, what if?
It's because of his age. We have to look at his age.
Oh,
he's not the second year vet.
I thought at one point the Atlanta Falcons would never release Julio Jones. I thought at one point the Falcons would never release Matt Ryan. I don't know. I don't know what the Falcons do. I don't know where they stand.
With Julio and then Matt Ryan, it opened my eyes about a lot of things with this team. Not everybody's safe to stay.
Sheesh. Fuck Judon, bring back Simmons. I don't know. I don't agree with that.
I feel the other way around.
RP MML. Terrio's not great at drafting players, but he's really good with cap management and free agency. RP, man, hit that subscribe button over on YouTube, brother. Glad to have you in the chat. Appreciate your comment. Ron Thomas says
16 mil. That is
if they cut Grady.
Yeah, but I understand that you're trying to save money, and I really do, but at some point you have to look at it like this too. What does it do to the morale of your team when you let go of a player like a Matt Ryan? Look, because to be honest, right now we haven't recovered from that. We still haven't recovered from Ryan, from letting go of Matt Ryan.
And I agree.
Until Penix proves and gets us into the playoffs, we haven't recovered from Matt Ryan. And now it looks good. It looks better than it has. But, again, you let go of a Grady Jarrett and, sometimes it hurts it's not worth the money to let go of a Grady Jarrett or a Matt Ryan. Man. And that hurts my heart really bad. Honestly, that hurts my heart. But if it makes the team better, sure. Like if you're telling
Number 11 has a little bit in there still, but I don't know. It's a love-hate relationship with my boy Julio, though.
If you're telling me cutting Grady Jarrett saves you $16 million and you go and sign somebody and it tells me, well, this guy's more capable of getting us to the Super Bowl, I understand. But what are you doing with that money? Because, I don't know. I would say part of me is like, man, that's the one thing.
I don't see us getting rid of Grady, but it could happen. Eventually, I don't know
It's a
if it'll be
possibility.
this year or next year, but it could happen soon because
Let's
due
fly
to
Freddie back in that.
age, that's the only reason I'm saying.
Well, how
and-
old is
and the money.
Grady now?
Says Judon has more plays off the field than he did on
Like
Julio
30.
wanted to leave. Tony, I have to disagree, bro. Judon didn't put up the stats we wanted him to, but he also had one of the best sack numbers on the squad. I know
31.
we ranked low.
30, yep.
We ranked low in sacks, but he did lead in top of sacks for the Falcons. The organization F Matt, and he left. Yeah, they did. They absolutely did. But
I'm gonna be
Julio
honest with
wanted
you,
out.
the fans kind of persuaded that in a way. Now look who the guy they wanted. Look how he turned out to be.
Yeah.
I'm just being honest. I'm not making joke. Like I'm just being dead serious. Now he's done injured himself twice, major injuries. You know, being accused of certain things. Like it's.
Yep.
But that is a good point right here. I think we drafted Root to replace Grady. That's my point too.
That was when we made that move. That's what I thought.
Grady's time in Atlanta, and I think he'll retire. I really do as an Atlanta Falcon, but it's coming close, and it's all due to age, and that's what I'm.
That's why it's so key on these Falcons.
And I don't want to see him go because
that's why I want these Falcons to get in the freaking Super Bowl, man. Like these
boy.
players need a fucking ring before they leave Atlanta. Jake Matthews, Grady Jarrett, all these players that are coming up on the end of their tender. I mean, you have got to
Matt
get back in
it.
there.
Matt wasn't able to get one, but somebody that's been on the team for so long, I want Grady to get him one.
Yeah, and then eventually one day it'll be Drake London and Michael Penix, and Bijan, and all these guys that we and right now
maybe,
obviously
maybe
we want them
Kyle
to get
Pitts if he's still there. Who knows? We don't know how he wants to play one day. We don't know.
Well, you know what would be dope as shit is if one of the Ice Cubes came and played quarterback for the Falcons and won a Super Bowl. One of Matt's Pitts comes and wins the Super Bowl.
Hey, look, Dad, look what I did, but you couldn't.
You never.
Falcon fans, hit that like button, man. Leave a comment, subscribe. We have reached our 1 hour mark here tonight. Friday night, episode 131. Title of tonight's show: Falcons optimistic offseason.
Read that last comment right there. That was good. That's a good point right there.
At this point, I'm just going to trust Terry Fontenot to get it right. After all, he did play a part in building New Orleans Super Bowl team. He was there.
Even though they did a little bit of bounty gate, they did win one thing.
Yeah.
But other than that little, Mickey Mouse bounty gate ass ring, nobody respects it.
I was saying, you know what? I'm not even gonna go there. I was gonna say they. But
they did have a good team, even though they played scary and wanted to hurt other quarterbacks. So
Falcon fans, hit that like button, man. We're glad to have everybody in the chat tonight. Philip, start us off with the shout outs and rotate it to Cody.
Shout out y'all boys. Shout out to God, man. Blessed to be here another day. Shout out to everybody in the comments. Without y'all, all these conversations, like what we talking about tonight. Tonight was a little different. It felt more like a normal podcast. We putting out our own normal opinions. We're throwing it out there. We're talking to everybody. That's how I like it, man. So shout out to everybody in the comments. Apologies for the apparent thing that I sent. I don't know. I'm guessing that was the person's name. Maybe next time I need to pay attention to that. I apologize. I have no part in that. So, but yeah, shout out y'all boys and everybody out here, man. Y'all know what to do. Rise up. Let's get into all season. Fuck the Super Bowl.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's get into all season.
Cody, shout outs for tonight, brother.
Well, so basically, what Philip's saying is when we can't go live for a month, it's his fault.
Yeah, pretty much.
No. Listen, I swear. But here's the thing.
Say it happens. I'll say Facebook.
Look. Here's the thing, though. When I click on it, it don't even have that name or anything on there. His name is Booner, so I don't know what the hell that was sent to him. I truly don't. Was that even under my name?
Yeah, that was under your name.
I did not send you that, though. I swear, because it's literally right here.
Got him. Oh, man. Gonna
Cody,
do it. They're gonna
shout out
flip that
Phil
name
Knight,
again.
brother.
I'll say, but
Sports. That's what it was. That's what I sent you from Twitter.
but yeah, I was gonna say, shout out to you guys coming on talking Dirty Bird football. It's good to come on and like Philip said, fuck this Super Bowl. I don't care. I was say both teams could win, both teams could lose. I think I'd rather watch paint. I'd rather watch paint dry at this fucking point. But definitely glad that we got to come on and talk Dirty Bird football. It's just good to come on and talk to you guys about it. Yeah, I want to say shout out to everybody that's watching. Shout out to Twitter, man. Fucking blew up on Twitter. How about
TikTok,
that? TikTok. Sorry, I'm so bad with all this shit. I just know it's all the same shit to me at this point. Instagram, Snapchat, OnlyFans.
Whoa.
If you don't have one of those yet, but we can always broaden our
we'll broaden our horizons. So I'll say whatever to do to get Falcon fans in here. But shout out to everybody watching, comment, and all that stuff. We're gonna keep bringing Falcon football. I've said it once, say it 1,000 times. If we got to talk about Bijan's golf game or Kirk Cousins selling his house and we're helping him move, whatever we got to do to bring you Falcon content. But shout out to you guys. Shout out to everybody on TikTok, man. Well, it was insane just watching you update us, hour by hour and jumping, not by tens, but by hundreds of people, coming on to TikTok. So shout out to those people. Come on over to Facebook, guys. Come over to Facebook. You show us, hey, I came from TikTok, came from, wherever. I'm on YouTube now.
1,000.18 over on TikTok, man.
Guys on TikTok, come over to YouTube. We're gonna enter you into the raffle for the AirPod Pros.
Oh,
so keep coming.
2 new followers on or subscribers on YouTube.
There you go.
Mama was the point of that. I was supposed to mention that to you earlier, but I didn't. So you can add her name into the raffle.
There you go. Add the 2 new people too. Add them to the list, man. We'll get them going.
Tony said he'd pay to see Cody in a Falcons thong.
I think there's a lot of people actually. I would say
Falcons fan.
I know my wife would be my number 1 subscriber, but she gets
only fan Fridays 2 for 1. Jeez, Falcon fans.
Yeah, my wife would be the first subscriber, but she gets that shit for free. So, lucky her. But other than that, guys, shout out to you guys. Shout out to the fans. Shout out to TikTok, everybody, and all that wonderful stuff. Rise up, guys.
Rise up, man. As Cody and Philip stated, man, shout out to everybody that tuned in tonight and was active with DFU in the comment section. You guys keep us rolling, man. Without you guys in the comment section, this live probably stopped 30 minutes ago. So thank you guys for continue to rock with us. Thank you to everybody over on the TikTok aspect of things, man. Last night when I went to bed, TikTok was at 256 subscribers or followers. And today, DFU's TikTok sits at 1,018 followers. Man, we are ecstatic, bro. We can't thank you guys enough for subscribing, liking, commenting, following, just supporting the channel, man. So once again, thanks to you guys for what you do for this channel. As always, man, shout out to my co-host. Shout out to my guy, Cody, my guy, Robert, my guy, Philip, and our new co-host, Mr. Rick, man. Shout out to everybody that's here and dominates with DFU, man. And so, as always, man, much love. We appreciate y'all guys. Rise up, A-Town down. DFU is out of here, man. Appreciate y'all.